Welcome to Sage Audio. Today we're talking about 3 underrated mastering plugins. To get the most from your music, consider watching the entirety of each chapter for complete understanding of the topic. Also, if you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us to receive a free mastered sample of it with the link in the description. Arturia V76 Pre. I typically talk about FabFilter plugins, which are great for sure, but I wanted to showcase some lesser known and rarely discussed plugins for this video. First is the V76 Pre emulation by Arturia, which is modeled on the classic Telefunken V76 mic and line preamplifier. This plugin has been marketed more for emulating the microphone pre side of things. However, many of these preamplifiers were used for mastering back in the 60s and 70s. The V72A is considered a great amp for mastering due to its low noise and intermodulation distortion, but the V76 follows close behind. If we run a sine wave through it, we can see that even and odd harmonics start to form at higher levels of input gain. If we flip on the EQ, we get 3rd and 5th order harmonics at lower input levels. When we observe the frequency response of the plugin, we can notice very subtle noise and distortion. We can also see how the response changes as we increase the input drive and how it drastically changes near the higher end of the available gain. The high and low shelf work as we'd expect, as does the low cut filter. When we observe the phase, we can see that the plugin delays the signal by 32 samples, so it shouldn't affect our transients too much. Lastly, the mid-side option can be great for mastering if you want to cut some of the side lows and boost the highs. Let's take a listen to the plugin.
And so, heartbreaker, I've been working you out. You made loads of mistakes, but none that you talk about. I'm watching every move you make, and I'm on to you. Come on, heartbreaker, give in and surrender to me. You should have probably let me go, but you've got a porcelain ego, talking fast and punching low, making sure that there are no traces of thinking I could have done better.
If you're enjoying the video, consider hitting the like button. It really helps us bring you more videos. Voxengo TOT. This is a newer plugin by Voxengo, but one that hasn't gotten the attention it deserves. It's a dynamic equalizer, but a little closer to a multi-band compressor and expander with a lot more bands than usual. It dynamically reshapes the spectrum of the audio in real time to reduce resonances and other unwanted aspects of the response. This effect is easiest to see when we reduce the bands to 3. We notice that simultaneous compression and expansion is occurring. As we increase the number of bands, we can see how it gets more accurate in its shaping of the spectrum. The FX dial is like a wet dry for the effect, and boost T is the threshold. Keep this set to unity to return the band to unity, or L to limit the bands. You can also have attack and release times for the bands, a mastering button to make the processing a little more reserved, and channel linking or delinking. To the right, you can affect the slope of the 64 bands, but 4.5 is a good default. You can create low or high cuts to the entire signal, or use these filters to affect the processed range by clicking Apply to Range. For the room dip, it's probably best to keep this set to 20, which turns off a subtle bell filter. Lastly, use some oversampling via the top right button. Let's take a listen.
And so, heartbreaker, I've been working you out. You made loads of mistakes, but none that you talk about. I'm watching every move you make, and I'm on to you. Come on, heartbreaker, give in and surrender to me. You should have probably let me go, but you've got a porcelain ego, talking fast and punching low, making sure that there are no traces of thinking I could have done better.
Only a small percentage of people that watch our videos are subscribed, so if you're enjoying the video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. Melda Audio, M-Turbo Comp. Melda Audio makes a lot of cool plugins, but they rarely get discussed. M-Turbo Comp is a really unique one that has a lot of potential for mastering due to how quickly you can cycle through multiple compressor types and emulations. On the left side of the plugin, you have renamed versions of various popular compressors, each with different characteristics and tonalities. However, what's great about this plugin is that the multiple parameters have been mapped to easy to understand dials. This way, each compressor type, despite its original design, can be controlled in the same fashion. When using this plugin, I'd recommend finding an amount of compression that you like and then locking in your values. This way you can cycle through the different types quickly to compare them. In addition to unique compression, you have some saturation, an internal and external sidechain section, and on occasion, a tone control. Then of course you have your metering, oversampling, and a helpful limiter to protect your ears in case any of the settings that you choose increases the gain significantly. Let's take a listen to this plugin.
And so, heartbreaker, I've been working you out. You made loads of mistakes, but none that you talk about. I'm watching every move you make, and I'm on to you. Come on, heartbreaker, give in and surrender to me. You should have probably let me go, but you've got a porcelain ego, talking fast and punching low, making sure that there are no traces of thinking I could have done better.
Only a few people that watch our videos help support the channel by joining, so if you're enjoying the channel, consider joining with the link in the description to help us bring you more videos and content. If you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us to receive a free mastered sample of it with the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching.